Impact of a major decision to end a process to redraw congressional lines continues to be felt across South Carolina. The Senate ended a process which had gotten national attention and threatened to wipe away some people's votes in certain races. In fact, early voting is off to a record-breaking start. We keep talking about that. News 19's Josie Frost is joining us right now from the State House with more on this story.
On the same date that voters turned out to the polls in record numbers across the state, the Senate rejected a proposal that would have redrawn the state's congressional lines. Now, South Carolina was just one piece of a larger play across the country to get more seats ahead of the midterm elections.
The fact that people are lining up to vote today and they're going to have a bigger number tomorrow, all those things, I think, were really weighing heavy on a number of Republican senators.
Senate Majority Leader Shane Massey said the record voter turnout was one reason the proposal to redistrict failed in the Senate. More than 56,000 people cast ballots on Tuesday, the first day of early voting, over 5 times the previous record, according to the State Election Commission. Some who supported the bill said they couldn't push for it anymore after seeing so many people whose votes for their U.S. congressional representative would be thrown out. Another big reason: errors in the maps. According to Massey, there were precincts listed on the maps that no longer existed, and it showed how rushed the process was.
And when you look at the errors that have popped up, like even if we'd passed this bill 3 weeks ago, we were going to have real problems with implementation. The counties just were not going to be able to pull this off.
South Carolina has a role to play in the upcoming elections. Republicans were pushing to pick up another seat in South Carolina as they prepare for what could be a tough midterm election year, while Democrats in some states did the same. Many senators got personal calls from the president or White House officials urging them to support the bill. Political science professor Chase Meyer says it was notable that it couldn't pass in a Republican-controlled legislature with a Republican governor.
Republicans really are trying to get every seat possible to try to insulate themselves from this growing Democratic wave.
He says Tuesday's voter turnout could signal that voters are more involved, but it's not just because of redistricting. He says the highly competitive Republican primaries got voters more involved this cycle, too.
How often do we have uncompetitive primaries? Let's be honest, that's most of the time. So voters having a chance that, like, wow, my vote might matter. There's an open seat where it's going to be decided by a very narrow margin. There's definite political science evidence out there and research that shows that close races get higher voter turnout.
Now, another thing that impacted the proposal to redistrict here in South Carolina is the threat of lawsuits. This is something that other states that have moved forward with redistricting have faced. Now, South Carolina's maps were previously ruled constitutional, and some senators that opposed redistricting said they feared that if we lose a court case, our election results could be thrown out. Reporting at State House, Josie Frost, News 19, WLTX.